Is that you, Brent? Okay, just give me a minute. I misplaced my mask. It came at absolutely perfect timing, to be honest. Hold on. I was just putting up the note. I was just going to go to the store. I saw you in the parking lot. But I was probably going to run around a bit. That's why I said it came perfect timing. And we're coming to do the inspection, I imagine. Yes. The inspection has already been done in the past. But Brent, I want to see it in my eyes. Exactly. And you know what? I've seen a difference around the building since we talked last week. Okay? That's awesome. I'm glad. And I don't. Marie and Andre, we have a history. Okay? We're gonna change that history, hopefully today. But the nonsense that happened in the past, and remember when you came in here the last time and you came with the 2 security? And I said that will never happen again. I said I'll knock the chips off your shoulders. Do you remember that? You don't remember coming with 2 security? I do remember that. I don't remember exactly what. And nothing was done. You came and took pictures and everything, and nothing was done. Okay? And I was upset about it. And then when I called you out on it, you said, "I'm not a maintenance person. It's not my property." So we are not going to go there again. Okay? We're going to step forward into the future. Okay? That's why you were, when you here before, you understand I was letting you in to make sure maintenance and stuff was done, not to be harassed. My internet being cut off last week, I saw one of your employees upstairs in the room. Okay, I'm not going to dance around it again. I've already had 2 different property managers, and I'm not blaming you personally. Okay, but I've had this happen multiple times in the past. We contacted Rogers, me and Ralston King's office. I was not disconnected. Should have had no services off it. And the other thing is because of the roofing that was going on in the summertime, okay, there's a lot of problems with the lines. Yeah. Rogers has a splitter on one line that's temporary with some people. So if you're cutting me off, you're cutting other people off too. Right. Okay? So no more nonsense, no more harassment, no more illegal entries. Okay? That's never going to happen again. Let's move forward positively and step forward. The woman over here. Okay, I apologize for the mess, but I'm not here for the nonsense and stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm so used to taking off my mask. I have recording going on because my safety is at concern. Do you know what I mean? But Brent, I want to congratulate you. I've seen so much since the day that you guys showed up here. The very next day, I seen you come with staff. You know what I mean? Door was getting worked on over there, but I saw a guy working on the back door. Awesome, man. Good. We're always looking. You know what I mean? Like, thank you very much, and I want to say that honestly. Okay, like that is a difference that I've been wanting to see forever, and that's all I've been asking for is the safety and upkeep of the building, right? For up to code. You know what I mean? The Nazi symbols that your employees are posting 3 different times. 3 different times. I have pictures. You know what I mean? I'm not playing anymore. These are the 2 letters that you should still have on your file in your thing from you, okay? This is a letter from Jacques that proves that you guys were illegally entering my apartment multiple times. Yeah, again, okay, and I know it's just like, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah nonsense, you know what I mean? And this is also, and you see proof of it, that my mental health is getting affected by the upkeep of the building and the nonsense that's been going on with the staff. This is the letter from my doctor to prove it when I sent it to you. May I see? You may, yes. Thank you. And I apologize again for my tone, okay? Like, I really, really am sorry. You know what I mean? But, like, it's so stupid. And the nonsense that goes on. And the runaround and the policies and everything else. You guys have broken the fucking law. Okay? We're not playing anymore. So, this is the... Can I share this with Marie? Marie has a copy of it already. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is already on file and everything. Yeah.
There's that.
So, Brad, did you want me to take pictures of the issues that need to be fixed and we'll take notes, or?
Yeah, we can do that.
So this was the main concern that started.
So, Jean told me he's done there's been caulking, waterproofing done from the outside on this window.
Oh no.
No, okay.
So the only thing that was going on, and this is how it was happening, is these windows, Brent, were installed backwards. These windows, they were not replaced. They were not nothing. The window guy came in, turned them around, and put them back in.
The sliders, the actual whole frame.
This whole
okay,
thing,
the actual
he
moving.
took them out, and he had to turn them actually all around, kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. So if we know how windows function, the window's supposed to keep the moisture on the outside because the windows were. So everything was building up in ice and everything all in here in the wintertime kind of stuff, seeped into the walls, as you can see, like an earthquake, right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna just cut by here.
Yeah, sure.
Be careful, Bang. He is my last one. Okay, and one of your employees poisoned my cat.
He must be a good hider because I don't see him.
He is a scaredy cat. He's the only reason why he's alive.
It's okay. I like cats, so I'm not worried.
But somebody poisoned Rusty, and I'm bringing that to because the vet's been bugging me forever. Okay, because under the Humane Society law, they have to pursue animal cruelty charges. Okay, because I'm financially assistant. When my cat got sick, I didn't know he was rat poisoned. My cat was sick. He was lying in the bathtub because I assumed it was cold, screaming at night, like, wow, kind of like, what's going on? My heart was just dying. So I called everywhere I could because I knew he had to be put down. Okay, because like I don't have kids, and you know what I mean.
Like your baby.
This is my family. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
And there is nothing, like they were saying $500 to put him down.
Oh, wow.
And he was in so much pain, like foaming at the mouth. I have pictures of it, like just drooling, foaming, couldn't eat nothing. So, the other thing that too, Marie, is in the washroom on the ceiling.
Okay, I'm just going to get to the bigger one.
So, what I ended up doing, and this is something, if you ever know anybody that's going through what I just went through with that kind of stuff, okay? You call the Humane Society, and if you donate your cat to them, so you no longer own him, kind of stuff, right? You can't even get him back because they're going to adopt him. Because they have their own vet systems, they do everything in their power to save whatever animals in their care.
Oh, okay.
Okay, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the choice, because I knew he was only 6.5 years old. You know,
okay.
big orange tabby too. Yeah. And he was one of those cats who were like, why don't you want to pet me? You know what I mean? So I'll get right there on the ceiling. So I'm gonna just cut through.
Stephen, before we move to the next item, I just want to make sure I'm capturing what you're capturing.
Yep.
So in my view, there's probably damaged insulation underneath the window. I'm not going to start pulling it apart now, but I would ask the contractor remove damaged drywall, replace insulation, vapor barrier, drywall, patch and paint. I would patch and remove what's loose on the wall, and go corner to corner. I'm open to doing.
Like you can see it's even at the front.
Oh, it's like
it was just bad paint job.
Okay.
Well, that's actually worse.
When I see that. When I see that, it was improperly prepared.
It was a guy named Cliff. It was Bill Pettipiece before he was
going way back. Yeah.
Okay, you know what I mean? And okay, so it was a guy named Cliff.
But with latex point, it won't stick to lead-based paint. So
no, he didn't sand or nothing. Because he paint. See how much? So he did that whole wall. Okay, just so you know, kind of stuff. The whole wall, because nothing. I have pictures of when I moved in. Okay. The floor, like my floors are not great, mind you. You know what I mean? But the floors were black. Okay, and there was a guy. I don't think he works with you guys anymore, but his name was Chris Kelly. Kind of stuff at the time. I have emails of this. Okay, and Chris was like, "Oh, well, what we'll do? I have this on email. What we'll do is we'll just notate the damages in the thing, so that way you're not responsible when you move out." I said, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
No.
This was before I moved in.
How long have you been here? Do you remember?
Just on 5 years now, I guess,
5 years.
kind of stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just on about 5 years, give or take.
That's fine. Yeah. What I would suggest, going corner to corner is one thing. The walls don't have much on them aside from one paint. I would paint
the whole thing.
Yeah.
The other thing too is the bugs.
What are we talking about?
We're talking bed bugs, major bed bugs.
Like on the couch?
On the couches, the furniture, you know what I mean? Around the sides kind of stuff, because if you're walking in your socks, they sometimes will get on your socks.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The other thing too is, they already came in and tested this, okay? They took my bed away. They said, we'll take your bed because that's what seems to be infested the most, and we'll get it cleaned and come back. And that guy never fucking showed up again. The guy come over here, he gave me one track.
When's the last
in June 2020.
Okay, let's try and kick that off again.
So if I just pick this up, cockroaches galore. You know what I mean? This thing is destroyed. My PVR doesn't work anymore. It overheated and everything else. My old TV overheated. My Xbox overheated. Why? Because baby cockroaches get inside and stuff like this. You know what I mean? Like I put these in here just because it's got chemical water in it. So they go inside. They fucking my own little chop. I can freaking. You know what I mean? The other thing I thought, now it works, mind you, is if you know anything about bugs. Okay. I'm a nature person. Okay. So I learned like like in the prehistoric days. There was like cockroaches the size of a wolf, apparently, right?
I wouldn't doubt it.
And apparently it's because the oxygen level was so much higher. So bugs don't have lungs like us. They get oxygen just by absorbing it through their skin. So I made like a little concoction, okay? Like bleach, blah, blah, blah. And I just like, within 10 seconds, it's like, and died. I was like, whoa, that's, you smucking them against the wall. I was thinking, but like, it's not pleasant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And plus, it's not safe for the animals.
Bleach probably isn't good for.
No, exactly. Like, what's that?
The testing, what's the name?
The fish tank's got no fish in it right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's got one little tiny pleco that I'm gonna give it a home to somewhere, kind of stuff. You know what I mean? When we did the maintenance way back when, I had an Oscar. I was telling Sebastian, I had an Oscar about this big.
Yeah.
And I guess like I knew it could have happened, like kind of stuff, you know what I mean? But I guess something got into the filter, and then the fish got sick. And I just like with my frame of mind and everything going on, like I can't function properly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's a lot of stuff going on.
With this last year, like with COVID and everything being shut down, I was getting more in touch with God, I guess you can say. More zen in yourself, more spiritual and kind of stuff. Now, not like a churchly person. I've never read the Bible, but I've always been a God follower, you know what I mean, kind of stuff. But everybody has their own way, you know what I mean? And it's gonna sound stupid, but like my cousin and my aunt are psychics. Okay, like they don't do it as a living, like they each do their own thing, kind of stuff, right? But I went to them for help, kind of stuff, and they're like, listen. My cousin's just like, you have your own, and it's like everybody has an intuition, you know what I mean? Like everybody has your gut feeling, all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Everything else. So, and me, I study like science and Einstein and stuff. Well, Einstein, believe it or not, believed in tarot cards. Okay, and I was just, okay, exactly, you know what I mean? So I was like, what really is it? You know what I mean? Like it's so heebie-jeebie, and that's exactly what he called it too, heebie-jeebie kind of stuff, right? So I was hemming and hawing and all this other stuff, and
I think whatever though makes you feel better and like helps you kind of stay calm and like makes you feel better, whatever that is, do that.
But Marie Andre, the cool thing is I've got into it.
Yeah.
I kind of got my own theory of how it works. If you know anything about entanglement or quantum physics, and all kind of stuff.
We're gonna be on my realm.
Okay, so if you know entanglement, basically, we can entangle stuff today. We don't know how it works. We just know we can do it, and we can entangle molecules, nothing bigger than molecules right now. The crazy thing is that once we entangle them, no matter how far apart we put them, okay, they always do the exact, like if you drop one on the ground, let's say we have 2 quarters, and you drop 2 quarters on the ground and they're entangled, they will hit the ground no matter where they are on the earth, no matter how far apart, they will hit the ground at the exact same time, and one will always show head, one will always show tails, 100% of the time. We don't know how it works, we just know it does. I believe, like, we all came from the same thing, right? We all came from the sun. We all came from the Big Bang. We're all connected energy-wise, kind of stuff, if that makes sense, right? So I started testing them, okay? And you don't have to believe me, okay? But I've already predicted a birth. I predicted a death. I predicted a friend of mine's in the army. This is exactly how I said. Now, I don't see visions. I'm just going off what I could see off this, right? So I'm like, this is exactly how I described with my friend in the army, okay? I'm like, somebody really slow, I said, is bringing you something. Like, it's like a buck. I'm like, it's like, whatever it is, it's no more than a buck. But, this buck, I said, and I go, it's not a buck, it's just something equivalent to a buck, I told him, right? But it's definitely, you're getting something, I said. But this is going to lead you to, like, ultimate happiness, whatever the hell this is. He's like, okay, whatever. But my friend was in the army, and he got promoted, he got handed a medal, and he put him in a new pay grade.
Oh,
there you go.
You know what I mean? Like, within a month later, I was like, what? You know what I mean?
Is he still in the forces?
Yeah, like, he's American.
Oh, okay.
I have a lot of like people around the world that I talk to, kind of stuff.
I spent 12 years in the army, so I know a lot of.
Oh, nice. So I came up with an idea, and I looked into it, and people do that as a career
They do, yeah,
kind of
for
stuff,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
And on average, it's $70 a reading.
Oh wow, that's expensive.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I did is I went on YouTube, and I got one up here right now, kind of stuff. Is I see people put like. So this would be like a Pisces tarot read. So just for your astrology sign kind of stuff, right? Now it's not necessarily you kind of stuff. And when I was looking at it, I'm like, why do they know so much of what's going on? You know what I mean? Kind of stuff. Right now, I figured out more how it works. It's not necessarily you. It could be going on around you, for instance, especially when it comes to like something like this where it's so vague and kind of stuff, right?
More general.
So you need, like, they're telling their own story, I guess you could say. They're trying to make a buck. You know what I mean? And the funny thing is, if they're doing a Pisces read, even if you're in the wrong, they're on your side. You know what I mean? Because they want your buck. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I look it up, okay, and it's like, say, so this was just posted like 10 minutes ago, kind of stuff. It's got 40 views, kind of stuff, right? And like, I'll show you like another one.
I guess people are interested, right? So.
Like, see, this is an hour ago, for instance. No, you can't get away from it. But that's $1.35, just so you know. Because we're Canadian. It matters on where you are. So this one, posted just an hour ago, right? 495 views.
Wow.
Okay, so we just watched that ad because we're Canadian. It's different depending on where you are. You know what I mean? But we're Canadian, so they get $1.32. So 495 people, let's just say they made 50 cents.
Yeah.
Not even, okay, so 50 cents off 495. Now these people, they're like, at the end, they're like, can you please donate the channel?
For sure.
Imagine they donate $1. Half of those people donate $1.
Yeah.
That's a good day's living.
For sure. Yeah.
Have you seen the series Mad Men?
I did.
It was all about advertising.
Yeah, exactly.
You
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you could tell I'm a talker. You know what I mean? Like, Brent, this is who I really am. You know what I mean? And I apologize again last week with everything else. You know what I mean? We're gonna move forward, and you know what I mean, on this positive note. And as long as we stay positive, like this is the positiveness that I'm gonna be moving forward with. You know what I mean? But I also have, because all I needed was a laptop, which I had another fish tank at the time. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I think I remember you had two.
I ended up selling it to get this laptop.
Oh, okay.
Is what I ended up doing because I came up with this over the summer and then been practicing and
That's good.
I went on, okay, and gave complete strangers reads. And like, I don't know their world. Apparently I'm dead on what they're saying. You know what I mean? Now, you know what I mean? Like, and my worker had told me, she had talked to you kind of stuff, right? She doesn't even know her astrology sign very well.
Well, not everybody knows,
You know, so that's, I figured, I'm like, ooh, I'm dealing with something really far-fetched here. So on the phone with her, I did like a quick read. And I'm like, I don't want to know your world because I don't want to go into privacy, you know, kind of stuff. And I'm like, this and this and this. And she's like, what? So she called me around, I guess it was 4:15 or something like this. It was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
We talked till 8:15.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? And she's like, Steve, you have me sold on this. You know what I mean? Like, this is a great idea. So
I'm like, you have the setup for it now that you have a laptop and you have a screen and you have
exactly. So the thing I need to do is I looked up the taxing. Like, even the donations is taxable. So it's not like you're on the street. Yeah, because I guess it's because it's considered they're donating to your business, and it's considered a home business. So it would be 15% every buck, I guess you can say. You know what I mean? So that would add up. So I'd have to come up with. The other thing too is getting paid online. I have to figure out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get screwed over, and like I'm thinking make a new bank account even. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you should always separate business.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, so I still have some planning to do, if you know what I mean. But like in the environment that I'm in, like I have to make sure that I'm safe, and especially if I'm going to be doing this, and if I'm going to be doing live reads, like if people, what I'll do is I'll do like Skype, over Skype kind of stuff, and I'll just like do live reads with people kind of stuff. And like, I don't know if I'll charge $70, but you know what I mean? I'll charge something. You know what I mean?
Your clientele, and then
exactly, you know. And then,
even if it's $20, it's $20.
Exactly, and then it's going to increase my skills in the long run. And if I get better at it, it goes.
You'll help better lighting.
For sure. Like I did a test video. I did a test video just to see if I can even talk to a camera for one thing, and I'm like, I would like how, because I'm gonna try and get exposed on YouTube a little bit, and then get around other stuff too. You know what I mean? And they're saying like keep your videos around 10 minutes long on YouTube. That way you're not spending too much time building your videos. But they said 10-minute videos. Once you get you need 1,000 subscribers to be able to get paid from YouTube. Okay, so before you can get paid from YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers first, which would take time. But like me, I do online gaming, and I
if you already know lots of people
the
online.
Xbox, I was in a racing league many years ago, kind of stuff, and that's how I won my Xbox kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Kind of like NASCAR, I'm a big NASCAR fan, kind of stuff. So I got on. I was playing online poker. They were all sitting around talking NASCAR, and I'm like, I'm getting in on this conversation. And apparently they do the online simulators. So the guy's like, oh man, you should come with us. I'm like, are you any good? I'm like, well, I used to play when I was young, but I'm like, I never played like with other people. Like I would play with the computer. You know what I mean? Well, I smoked them. You know what I mean? So I was like, nice.
For the work, what's accessibility like? Like, are you a morning person?
I was up at 7. I'm up at 7.
Okay. So some people don't like.
But like, we need to work out a plan. Kind of stuff, okay?
I heard you say you're okay to communicate by email.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we're working actually. I do have email. I never, because my computer is not totally like I won't get prompted. Is all I'm saying.
So you might not look for.
But look me up on Facebook and just.
That's not an option.
You're not an option. Yeah. Okay.
But.
Do the email and then I don't know, you know what I mean?
I think next, so I think I know scope of work.
Okay.
It might change as we open the wall a bit, but in general, I know the scope. I'll look for a contract availability. Maybe we can touch base really next week. Here's the plan.
Perfect. The other thing too is I don't want to be, because everything that's been going on, and Brent, I don't want to put everything on you. Okay, but I've been going through a lot with this. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't want to be disrupted anymore.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Let's get over this one, and I think you can live peacefully as long as you want.
And just to be clear, I am still pursuing everything else from the criminal stuff and all that stuff. And it's not personal to you. I hope you're not taking it that way. You know what I mean? But it's got to be done. It's
that's an option that exists for you.
No, it does. No, I know my rights. You know what I mean? And I know it's because you're just came on here, and the fact, and I'm even gonna say this, and I already told Angela this on the from Molson King's office today. I'm like, I've already seen a difference around the building, kind of stuff, and I let them know that too. Okay, you know what I mean? Because when I see positiveness, I want to acknowledge the positive news. I'm not gonna just brag on the negativeness. You know what I mean? Kind of stuff, right? So let's go positive. Let's move forward and. New plans, you know what I mean? But everything that I'm pursuing, I'm still pursuing. Just you know what I mean?
And as you know, you're entitled to
exactly. And no more disruption, no more, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about your maintenance guys kind of stuff. Now, again, you know what I mean? Not on you, but I've already, because of everything that's been going on and everything else, you know what I mean? I get a lot of dirty eyes from these fuckers. You know what I mean? I'm not going to have it anymore. Okay?
Yeah. Sorry, does this light switch work?
It does. It's right over there behind you.
Okay.
Stupid glow.
Just want to make sure it was safe.
I went to go replace the light bulb before, and then you know how when you try to put them in kind of stuff, right? The globe came right down on my head. I was like, oh, damn it!
Just wanted to make sure because you're going to do work, might as well fix everything. Right?
You guys were in the washing room. Was there something for me to particularly see?
Right up here. What happened is there's flooding multiple times.
It drips through there?
It didn't drip. It was horrible.
When's the last time you saw water come through?
It was in the summer, I guess. This past summer. So when I called about it, I said, I guess what happened is there was flooding upstairs.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, well, I'm like the seal, because I wasn't home. So when I came home, and there was a pool of water. I was because this thing was blocking it. It was just coming over. You know what I mean, kind of stuff.
I think we're good to move with repairs then, right?
Yeah, for sure that has to be. Yeah. That's going to happen, because that's been sitting there for that. And it's been 3 different times in the time that I moved here. You know what I mean? And nothing's ever been.
But nothing for the last 8 months about it?
Nothing for the last 8 months, yes. And any water damage or anything like that, because my brother's a contractor. I used to do my arm damage. I can't do any of this stuff anymore. Even when I read my book, just holding my arms like this causes my whole left arm to go numb. I have nerve damage right here in my back, chicken wings kind of stuff, right? And that's what that security guard, kind of stuff, right? That's why you know what he did? I get angry. And he threw fucking shit off the property on the other side when I was walking up, eh? I'm like, hey, buddy, you can't fucking do that. He's like, fuck you. He said like that. Well, he didn't give me the finger because he was on camera. But he's like, fuck you. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck me. You heard how angry I get. Right?
Pardon me?
You heard how angry I get.
Yeah.
Right? So I at social distance, I'm like, fuck me, buddy. You know what? You can't fucking do that shit. And I'm like, I already have so much fucking stuff on your guys' fucking ass, this and that. And I made sure I was all in front of the camera. And he's like, identify yourself. Are you supposed to be here? I'm like, I don't live in 1941 Germany, buddy. You know what I mean? He's like, identify yourself right here. I go, you know what? I'll identify myself while I'm reporting you. And I grabbed my phone, and that's when he attacked me. No,
you know what's simplest for these ones, Steven?
Mm-hmm.
One sheet of drywall over the whole thing, and we're not trying to make new out of old. One sheet of drywall, paint, plaster, painted.
The thing too is like with new paint and stuff, if you get like a few lamps, your lighting will be way better.
Yeah.
Like with a fresh coat of paint and maybe a lamp, wherever your camera's gonna be.
Excellent. The contractor I know already will be GC Construction. I'll give you all their details so you're aware. We'll work out dates and I'll share that with you.
Okay.
And then we'll
figure out a plan.
sure.
Thank you very much, Brent, for
It'll look nice in here.
I was annoyed. I'm still annoyed. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, but I want to move to a positive direction. And
I play a role in that, right?
That's right.
So does Marie.
That's right. And you know what, Brent? The reason why I even work, because I was gonna cut you guys off if I didn't see anything. I'd be like, COVID, you can't come in. I could have easily done that. You know what I mean? Kind of stuff, right? But I'm working with you guys as well, kind of stuff, right? And the reason why I want to work with you, Brent, is I see a difference. The only thing that I have is that shady cutting off the internet. Now I can't 100% blame it on you because it wasn't you that I saw in the room, but he got told by somebody to do it, kind of stuff. Because it wouldn't have happened for no fucking reason.
You know what I look forward to doing in this building is getting rid of that Coke machine at the entrance.
Yeah, that's gotta be a hazard, I would imagine.
It's gotta go.
Not only that, I'm pretty sure like some of the people are like, oh, I wonder if there's still change in there. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, is that why you guys changed the washers and dryers too? Were they getting involved or something? Or
They were. I don't know if that was an issue here. In other buildings, people were.
I don't know if it was an issue in this one so much. I'm surprised.
Not so much here, but for sure, like association.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. We have
so plan is next we'll talk is early next week.
Okay.
Iron out the schedule and then I'll check in as work's progressing. I'll check in.
Sounds good. My phone, just so you know, it might get disconnected by next week. Okay. If that happens, what I'll do is I'll if I don't hear, like if my phone does get disconnected, I'll leave you a voicemail to let you know that it was disconnected, and then we'll work through email.
I mean, I'm literally at either this building or that building every day.
Cool. We'll probably pop with each other. Say hi, how are you? As you walk by, you know what I mean? I'm gonna follow you guys out actually. So.